Welcome back to FM Story. As we approach the end of season 4 of the Glory Hunt Save, the end of our first season with Man City, all we've got left to play for this season is the Premier League. We've been dumped out of the Champions League already. As far as the league's concerned, we are a point behind Chelsea with 7 games left to play. And we do not have the best of runs to end the season. We've got Tottenham, Everton, Chelsea, Arsenal, and Liverpool before finishing the season with Bournemouth and Crystal Palace. So it's going to be a tough run in, but hopefully we can come away with the league title and finish off everything that we need to secure for England as far as the Glory Hunter Save is concerned. So without further ado, let's get into the action. So it's a Monday night in the middle of April, and we've got a big league game coming up against Chelsea. As you can see, we've actually overtaken them and gone top. So we're midway through this bad run of games to end the season. We started with a 3-2 victory at home against Tottenham, thanks to a 96th minute winner from Erling Haaland after they levelled it up with a 91st minute penalty. The late goals and red cards continued in the next game away at Everton when they made it 2-1 in the 56th minute. We then got goals in the 64th, 79th and 85th minutes to see us run out 5-1 victors, which has been enough, as we've said, to see us top of the table. We're 2 points clear of Chelsea with 5 games left to play. And obviously with us having Chelsea up next, a win here will go a long way to securing the title and finishing off everything that we need to finish off in England. So this is the side we've picked for the Chelsea game. We've got a couple of injury issues in Akanji and Calvin Phillips, and Matheus Nunes is suspended, having been sent off against Everton. Obviously, it's a big game. 2 points clear at the top. We need to certainly avoid defeat in this game, but a win would go a long way to securing the title. Right, very little happening early on in this game. We've had a lot of possession, but haven't done anything with it. Right, Foden with a free kick, goes for goal. Keeper was routed to the spot, but it was not on target. Right, a corner for them. Reece James to the back post. Jackson with a header, and luckily it's off target. Right, Foden chips it into the box. Rico Lewis back to Foden. Oscar Bob hits the woodwork. It's been cleared. Right, Chilwell with a throw for them. Sterling. Musiala wins it, goes down the line, but there's no one there. It's going to come back at us. Caicedo. Williams back to James. Nico Williams again, but Haaland wins it back. Alphonso Davies to Gvardiol. He's driving forward, finds Foden. And then he loses out to Geertruida. And then gone back to the keeper. And we've allowed them to get out far too easily here. And Chilwell's down the left-hand side. Sterling in, looking for Nico Jackson. Nicholas Jackson scored. We're going to get a VAR check, but I think he's onside here. And it's been given. We just let them get out far too easily. Chilwell finds Sterling, who takes a touch and just plays an early ball, and Nicholas Jackson's in behind Gvardiol and puts it past Edison. It was close, but definitely onside, and a decent finish. Right, Rico Lewis with a throw for us. Bernardo Silva infield finds Haaland. Looked like he'd given it away there. Rico Lewis again down the right. Rodri goes back to Edison. Gvardiol now finds Oscar Bob. Into Bernardo Silva. He overruns it, but Davies finds Bob. Musiala shot's blocked. And the follow-up header hits the underside of the bar and just drops over the line. And we've got very lucky there. Bernardo Silva overran it. It's worked to Bob. Musiala's shot hits Haaland. Then he loops a header off the underside of the bar and in to level it up at 1-1. Right, Bernardo Silva on the right. Dinks the ball to Bob on the edge of the box. Rico Lewis on the overlap. Goes for the cross. It's deflected at the near post behind for a corner. Bernardo Silva's corner. Haaland's header, and it's been scrambled behind for another corner. Bernardo to take it. Goes for the far post. It's headed up in the air. Haaland. Another one deflected just wide of the post. And we could do with another one just before half time. Make this pressure count. Bernardo again to the far post. Clean header won, but they've scrambled it clear. Foden now down the left, and nothing comes of it. 1-1 at half time, and we really should have taken advantage of the chances we created at the end of that first half there. There was a couple of goal line scrambles, a couple of shots deflected behind, but we're level, and the most important thing from this game is to make sure that we don't lose it. Right, we've sent the same team out to start the second half because of how well we played towards the end of that half. But the second half started very much like the first half. Nothing really has happened in the opening 15 minutes. Into the last 10 minutes, and there's not been an awful lot happening in the second half. Kovacic with a corner for us. And there's Ruben Diaz at the back post to head home and put us 2-1 up and put us right in the driving seat as far as the title's concerned. Just an in-swinger to the back post. Ruben Diaz got in front of his man, no one on the post, and that's 2-1. Into injury time. Can we hold on? We've got to throw deep in their half. Guardiola to Guendouzi. Guardiola back to Guendouzi. Curtis Jones. Wide to Rico Lewis in space. Could have done with keeping it there. Mudryk cuts out the cross and then goes long. Ruben Diaz finds Rico Lewis. Kovacic overruns it, and now they're going to try and break on us here at the end of the game. Mudryk looking for Nicholas Jackson. Hits the post. Guendouzi gets it clear. Into the last minute of injury time, Guendouzi finds Maksimovic. Kovacic. Ruben Diaz to Rico Lewis. Back to Ruben Diaz. Kovacic and Rico Lewis. Across for Haaland. And he misses from close range, but surely that's full time now. And there we go, full time, 2-1 victory. And that puts us clear at the top. And it's very, very much in our own hands, the destiny of the Premier League title this season. It's now the last day of the season at home against Crystal Palace. And as you can see, we have already wrapped up the title. We did suffer a big defeat away at Arsenal immediately after the game against Chelsea. But 2 late goals from Erling Haaland in the following game against Liverpool. And then a comfortable-ish 5-3 victory over Bournemouth. We were 4-2 up in injury time. They pulled a goal back in the 96th minute. Haaland got another in the 97th minute to make it 5-3. And there we are, top of the table. 7 points clear of Chelsea going into the last day of the season. Erling Haaland with a remarkable 37 goals this season so far. Bernardo Silva with 20 assists. However, I think we can safely say that Chelsea have thrown the title away. From the middle of March in the league, they drew against Leicester, they drew against Crystal Palace, they got beat by Aston Villa, they beat Leeds, they obviously lost to us in the middle of April. They then lost away at home against Ipswich, then drew against Newcastle, and then won the last game. But that run of form was enough to see us secure this league title. And now, for the last day of the season, it's probably not going to be our last game for Man City, because unless something drastic happens over the summer, there's no real jobs look like they're going to open up. It's not a international summer either, so there's not going to be a big turnaround of staff. So it looks like we're going to be coming back to Man City next season to try and win the Champions League, but now to go out and celebrate this league title. This is the side we've picked for the last day of the season. Stefan Ortega's in goal. because Edison's injured or not fit enough even for a fitness test. But otherwise, it's our strongest team, and hopefully we can end the season on a high. Right, so from the kickoff, back to Ruben Diaz, Foden back to Rodri, Oscar Bob to Davies down the left-hand side, drives forward to the byline, back to Bob, Davies into Foden in the box. It's gone in off the defender, and we're 1-0 up after 30 seconds on the final day of the season. Davies and Bob did well down the left-hand side. Got a bit of luck, but worked it into Foden, who worked it onto his right foot. His shot hits Anderson, goes past the keeper, and that's 1-0 early on. Right, Bernardo with a corner, pulled back to the edge of the area to Bob, back to Bernardo, into Bob, goes down in the box, and it looks like we've been given a penalty. It's been given, and up steps Erling Haaland. Sends the keeper the wrong way. That's his 38th goal in the Premier League this season. His 58th goal in all competitions. And that's 2-0. Just right into the corner. Sent the keeper the wrong way. Right, another corner. Bernardo to take from the left this time. Header from Ruben Diaz. Makes it 3-0 after 9 minutes. And we're celebrating this title in style. Outswing it to the near post, gets up. Too much power for Henderson in goal, and that's 3-0. A free kick for them on the edge of the box, and Ortega turns it behind for a corner. Eze to take it. Outswing it towards the near post, it's headed up in the air. We've half cleared it. It's going to come back into the box from Eze. And we've forced them backwards with it. Right, a corner for them. Elise to take from the left-hand side. It's going to be an outswinger. Anderson rises for it, comes down to Wharton. And Richard swings his foot and it flies into the top corner. And that's 3-1. So Elise's corner. Haaland, I think, got there before Anderson. Wharton finds Richards, who finds the top corner, and they've pulled a goal back. And then from the kick-off, Musiala to Foden, driving forward down this left-hand side, gets to the byline, stands across into the middle of the box. They've cleared it, but Rodri tidies it up. Ruben Diaz out to Rico Lewis, who goes down the line looking for Musiala, but it's been cut out and they're coming back again. Alphonso Davies goes striding forward in midfield, smashes one from the edge of the area but can't keep it down. Davies with a throw to Bob. Davies again. Bob driving towards the edge of the area, into the box, finds the top corner. His 11th goal of the season, and that's 4-1. So Davies and Bob linking up well on this left-hand side, and then Bob just drifts into the edge of the area and then just digs it out into the top corner for 4-1. Right, a late corner in the first half. Bernardo to the back post. Haaland's header just onto the roof of the net. Davies with a throw. Foden over the top looking for Haaland. He's in behind. Fires it across the keeper, who probably should have done better. But that's his 59th goal of the season in all competitions, 39th league goal of the season, and he's on for yet another hat-trick. Foden just lifts the ball over the top. Haaland in from the left-hand side of the area. It may have got a bit of a deflection, but the keeper couldn't keep it out, and that's 5-1. Well onside, well-timed run, and then applied the finish. And that's half-time, 5-1. Real party atmosphere on the last day of the season here. Right, we made a couple of changes at half-time just to give some players a run out on the last day of the season. Davies with a throw. Bob. Back to even Riho. Rodri. Riho. Bob. Over the top. It's headed half clear. Ruben Diaz drops back to pick up the loose ball. Alphonso Davies down this left-hand side now going forward. Try to find Foden, but it's been cut out by Lerma. It comes only back to Davies. Curtis Jones wide for Rico Lewis. In looking for Matheus Nunes in the box. The shot's blocked. And now Elise brings it clear for them. Right, into the last couple of minutes here. The game's kind of petering out into what it is. Last day of the season, title's already wrapped up. Palace are actually probably just about qualifying for Europe despite getting beat 5-1 here. Great end to the season. And as long as nothing bizarre happens during the summer, we'll be back at Man City for the next season to see if we can secure a Champions League trophy with them. And there we go, the end of another episode, the end of Season 4 of the Glory Hunter. And we've completed all of the objectives for England to go along with all the objectives that we completed for Germany at the end of Season 3. As we've said, I'm not expecting there to be an awful lot of departures from the top jobs in some of the countries we need to go to. So the chances are we're probably going to still be at Man City for another season to make a decent run at the Champions League. We do have plenty of money to spend. We've got 278 million in the transfer budget. We've got quite a lot of wage budget available as well. So hopefully we can really strengthen the quality and depth of the squad to make a decent run in Europe next season. So join us next time to see if we are indeed still at Man City and to see how we get on at the start of Season 5. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you then.